First heard about Makie Lab, it was a science fiction author by the name of Cory Doctorow was telling me about his wife who had quit her job at Channel 4 to start a business making 3D printed dolls. And I thought, that sounds cool. And I also thought, that sounds crazy.
The idea came to me in 2010. I was at this conference called Digital Kids for part of my work at Channel 4. So that's where I would go and hang out with people doing virtual worlds and games. And for the first time in 2010, they had co-located Digital Kids with the New York Toy Fair. And the digital stuff was all in the basement and the physical stuff was all upstairs. And like 1 mention of Twitter and I think 3 mentions of Facebook. I was like, holy crap, this is an analog business.
Right.
And downstairs is the digital business, and can we bridge them with physical digital technology? And the vision was virtual goods that produce physical goods. So we set up as a games company that would produce toys. And when I went out to raise the money, a lot of people were like, well, which one is it? Are you a games company or are you a toys company? Because you can't be both. We're like, no, you don't get it. We are both. There has to be both.
You built a prototype and it cost how much?
£200,000.
200,000?
Yeah. A lot of people, that's like, holy shit, that's a lot of money.
For me.
For building physical stuff,
yeah.
Or even top-end digital stuff,
yeah.
It was not that much money. Basically, we got given the money, but we also had to prove that it could happen. So we built a demo and put it live. At that point, it was like, okay, so we can do it, right? This can be done.
They have color and they have increasingly trendy outfits.
Yeah, we're getting better and better at that.
I know a lot about this doll.
Unfortunately, with Dylon, the pale brown comes out kind of pinky and the dark brown comes out nice and brown, but the light medium brown comes out green. So we were like, oh, that's a bit odd. And then we were like, well, you know, maybe some people want green. When we set out, again, when we said toys and games, and we're going to use 3D printing, immediately people thought, oh, kids will print their own toys at home, right? Yeah. And we were like, no. The way you make a Makie is through basically what we call Doll Builder, but it's an app. The game is supposed to be the beginning of why you would create a Makie other than you can, right? So there's the types of customer who's going to come along and go, oh, I can make my own, that's really awesome. But then there's another big group of customers who kind of need a story world that they want to be part of. And we need to bring in the narrative and we need to bring in the kind of essence of what a Makie is. So the game is about making. Right, so when Mattel created Monster High, it took 4 years, I'm told, from concept to shelf, total secrecy, until bang, out it comes. Like, we've gone from demo to Selfridges in kind of just over a year. So what's weird about it is we're visible. We're doing it in front of everybody. Downside, obviously, although we've yet to see this, but this is what everybody worries about. You know, every time I speak to an investor, they're like, well, aren't you worried that Mattel is just going to come along and copy you? The most important thing that you can garner is attention and love from your customers and grow it like that. As a startup, as a small startup, you can't wake up every morning going, oh, Mattel are going to copy us, what are we going to do?
Right.
Because otherwise you'd never get anything done.